Today, I'm diving deep into a groundbreaking leak that's sending shockwaves through the entire camera community. The upcoming Sony A7V is poised to completely transform what we've come to expect from mid-range full-frame cameras, and trust me, the details that have just surfaced are simply astonishing. If you've even considered buying a new camera in the next 6 to 12 months, you absolutely need to stick with me throughout this entire video because what I'm about to share could save you thousands of dollars or might make you entirely rethink your camera setup and your long-term investment strategy. Let's jump straight into it. According to several credible sources and industry insiders, Sony is reportedly equipping the A7V with a remarkable 44-megapixel full-frame non-stack sensor. That's a significant leap from the A7IV's 33 megapixels, and while more megapixels usually just sound good on paper, this time it's about much more than resolution. Sony seems to have supercharged the processing pipeline behind these pixels, unlocking continuous burst shooting of up to 20 frames per second. Think about that, the A7 IV could only achieve 10 frames per second, which was already highly respectable for its class. Sony has now doubled that capability, putting the A7V in the same conversation as flagship-tier cameras that often cost thousands more. If you're a wildlife photographer, action shooter, sports videographer, or even a street photographer, you know how critical it is to capture the perfect moment without lag. Missing a critical frame because your camera can't keep up is incredibly frustrating, but the A7V's expected burst rates are set to eliminate that pain point. But what really pushes the A7V into groundbreaking territory is the strong rumor of an integrated AI processing unit. This isn't just marketing fluff about faster chips. Sony appears to be embedding artificial intelligence directly into the camera's core. Imagine a camera that not only focuses quickly but also learns your shooting patterns, predicts subject movement, and automatically adjusts tracking algorithms based on your habits and subjects. Whether you're following a fast-moving sports car, a soaring bird, or a delicate butterfly, the camera could intuitively anticipate the action and adjust in real time. This could be the beginning of a new generation of smart cameras, capable of dynamically adapting to your creative style and environment. Sony seems to be setting the bar for intelligent autofocus systems in 2025. Speaking of autofocus, this is one of the most exciting aspects of the leaked specifications. The A7V is rumored to feature an AI-enhanced subject recognition system that goes well beyond what we've seen in the A7 IV. This isn't just about tracking people's eyes or your pet's face. The AI is reportedly capable of detecting and tracking vehicles, insects, birds, and a wide variety of fast-moving subjects with pinpoint precision. For photographers who specialize in macro photography, motorsports, wildlife, or street action, this development is a dream come true. No longer will you have to fight with your camera to lock focus on a tiny insect or a speeding cyclist. The A7V could be your ultimate tool for tracking precision, making every shot feel effortless. Sony seems to be redefining autofocus technology, pushing beyond traditional boundaries and introducing intelligent systems that adjust in the fly, something that could easily outshine its competitors in 2025 and beyond. According to the latest leaks, the A7V is expected to offer 4K video recording at an astonishing 120 frames per second, without any sensor crop. That means you'll be able to capture those buttery smooth cinematic slow-motion shots at full frame width, maximizing your lens's potential and preserving every detail. The A7 IV was limited to 60 frames per second in 4K, so Sony is essentially doubling the slow-motion capability while maintaining that gorgeous full-frame depth. But there's more. The camera is likely to support 10-bit 4:2:2 internal recording and offer professional color profiles like S-Cinetone and potentially even advanced picture styles used in Sony's cinema line. These features will give videographers incredible flexibility in post-production, with wider dynamic range and superior color grading options. Build quality is another area where the Sony A7V is rumored to receive some major upgrades. Industry whispers suggest that Sony might borrow the same rugged body design and high-resolution electronic viewfinder from the flagship A1 series. If this holds true, it means you're getting the robust durability, weather sealing, and ergonomic refinement typically reserved for cameras that cost upwards of $6,000. Even more importantly, there are strong indications that Sony is seriously addressing the thermal management issues that plagued the A7 IV during extended 4K video recording. Overheating was a real concern for many users, especially those filming in warm environments or during long shoots. The A7V is reportedly getting a redesigned heat dissipation system, possibly similar to the passive cooling solutions found in Sony's cinema-focused FX lineup. This could mean longer recording times without the dreaded overheating warnings, a potential game-changer for YouTubers, vloggers, wedding videographers, and documentary filmmakers. The most credible leaks point to a launch price between $2,700 and and $3,000. For context, the Sony A7 IV originally launched at around $2,500. So we're looking at a relatively modest price increase for what appears to be a monumental leap in specs. Some industry insiders suggest that Sony may strategically price the A7 V to land just below the $3,000 mark to undercut its competitors. Like the Canon R6 Mark II and even challenge entry-level cinema cameras. If Sony manages to hit that target, this could easily be the best value full-frame hybrid camera on the market, offering AI-enhanced autofocus, flagship-level burst rates, uncompromised 4K slow-motion video, professional color profiles, and a robust build. When you compare that to what's currently available, it feels like Sony is about to completely disrupt this price bracket. Release date and market impact. But when can you actually get your hands on the Sony A7 V? This is where the timeline gets a bit murky. The most reliable sources indicate a formal announcement sometime in the second half of 2025, possibly around late summer or early fall. However, production and shipping delays remain a real possibility. Some reports suggest we may not see the A7 V hitting store shelves until late 2025 or even early 2026. While waiting can be painful, this gives photographers and filmmakers the perfect window to start planning, budgeting, and potentially selling off older gear before the used market shifts. If even half of these leaks turn out to be accurate, the release of the Sony A7 V could send shockwaves through the used camera landscape. Prices on the Sony A7 IV, Canon R6 Mark II, Nikon Z6 II, and even some aging flagship models may tumble quickly as the A7V sets a new standard for what's possible in the $2,500 to $3,000 range. If you're considering selling your current setup to fund an upgrade, you might want to get ahead of the curve before the resale market adjusts. The hybrid camera wars are heating up, and 2025 is shaping up to be one of the most competitive years we've seen in a long time. Whether you're into landscape photography, sports shooting, YouTube content creation, cinematic filmmaking, or street photography, staying informed about these upcoming releases is crucial. So if you love exploring camera leaks, upcoming tech, gear comparisons, in-depth breakdowns, and honest reviews, make sure you stay tuned to Techno Trend Zone because I've got much more coming your way.